mufflers. Nobody likes them. So we're going to go through the simple steps of eliminating as much as you can to make it sound as good as possible for free. Anyway, so I've already done most everything that I want to do to my bike exhaust-wise. Well, I lie. We're going to do some more stuff. But like this is not on correctly. This is, you know what I'm saying? Because I had it set up for the M4. So it's got this little bracket down here, which is in the way of this. So that can't be on correctly. So I can't even put this on correctly. But I can still start up, show you what it sounds like. But this is the first thing you should get rid of if you're trying to make your bike louder. And it's this mod, this servo valve thing. Okay, I forget what it's called. But anyway, literally all you have to do is just cut these wires. And then take off the seat in the passenger seat, which is super easy to do on the 19 because it's just the key that flips this up. And then you just pull this little wire here and then this comes up. Anyway, then you just disconnect and pull the wires out. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to throw any check engine lights. Just leave this plugged up and it's going to act like it's working. All it does is like shut that valve on D cells, and then that idle, it keeps it like half closed or whatever. When you rev it, it opens it up. It's already baffled up enough, and literally they put a stop valve in there for emissions garbage. So you don't need that crap. Leave that off. It's not really going to change anything about the way it sounds, except you'll notice when you start the bike, you'll hear it go move, ooh. It'll get like just a teeny bit louder. But now it's not going to do it. And I'm sorry, my dad's truck's running and it vibrates the roof because, you know, big truck life, all that. Yeah. So that's that. I would do that no matter what you plan on doing, just because whatever. And so this is what it sounds like with your standard mufflers, right? Nothing impressive. You hear the intake sound more than you hear the exhaust note. I'm going to break this all down and we're going to cut open the muffler and see if we can do anything to it to make it louder without having to, you know, buy one of these things, which is, you know, pretty expensive unless you find one used or whatever like I did, and then you make it your own thing. Look how it's color changed. It's pretty cool. But anyway, I'm literally just going to pop this off because it takes 2 seconds. The bike was already warmed up, which is why I grabbed that like I just did, because I was scared. So anyway, this is the first squid mod, right? Just take the muffler off. It's a bolt here, and then it's like a 10 mil here, and was a sleeve, and you can just pull the sleeve off and take these bolts out and just set the muffler on the side, and then the bike automatically sounds pretty much like it has an exhaust. So that doesn't really sound too bad. Honestly, when I got the bike, that's what I did for a little while because it sounded just fine. But, you know, I don't know. It's kind of ugly. This is supposed to be on there too, and it makes it not as ugly, but like I said, this is in the way. So you can do that. Anyway, so continuing onward, it's this little bracket system that's in here. It's a bolt here and a little bracket, which is this. You unbolt it with whatever screws. You have to take this little cover off, which I already did, and then you can literally just pull that out once you undo this 10 mil. And now it's straight piped, except it still has the honeycomb, which is what we're going to get rid of next, but I'll show you what it sounds like that. And also, side note, it does kind of look cool when there's no mufflers, because I don't know, it like adds to the slickness, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's just my thoughts, but it sounds terrible. So, surprisingly, this little guy does quite a bit to make it quieter. It's literally just, if you can see, yeah, it's just a pipe with holes in it, but it helps make it not so obnoxious. But we're gonna go ahead and keep on going. So if you're a real squid, this is probably how you want to run it. If you're a moderate squid, you probably run it here, and if you're strange, then you'd probably just leave the stock muffler on. Don't be strange, that's weird. No, I'm just kidding. If you like her quiet, you like it quiet. I mean, I kind of like it quiet, but the bike's just gonna run better and cooler when you do full exhaust out, because whenever you have all these mufflers on and the honeycombs, one, the honeycombs get really hot, and then two, the headers in the front get really hot, which obviously are right by your radiator and stuff. And that'll make the bike in turn run hotter. So like me doing wheelies or rolling burnouts and stuff, the bike gets really hot, especially doing rolling burnouts. So I want the heat of, you know, the fire of the exhaust going out here, and maybe making a muffler hot on the very back, but definitely not a honeycomb. And with all the mufflers, it's worse. It really just holds the heat because it doesn't allow the air to get out really fast, if that makes sense. Okay, so to remove the honeycomb, you basically just need a drill, right? You able to see it? There it is. Hopefully you can see it. I mean, I see it, but I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, to remove it, all you need is a drill, right? And we're basically just gonna drill into it a couple different ways, and then hammer and screwdrivers to kind of beat out the ends so that the center of the honeycomb. So we basically drill on the sides best we can, and then hammer chisel it all out. Okay, so that's one of the honeycombs. And if you'll look, I managed to I need to get a light or something, but I managed to bust it out a little bit. And now all you gotta do is take the screwdriver and go along the edges, and then hammer tap the edges, and then just peel them in. But once you get the little middle piece out, and then you can just start cleaning out the outside edges. And then once we get it all cleaned out decently, or if you need to like blow it out, you just start the bike and rev it up and it'll blow it out. And then once we get it cleaned up, then we can look into the second one and then start on that one. But so far we got one almost done. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. So you can see most of the first one is gone, but you can see the second one in there. So anyway, it is a little tasking. You are gonna probably need some needle nose or something to help grab the bits, but like I said, you can just start the bike and rev it and blast this stuff out. You can see some of it stuck back there. But anyway, it's tasking, Brace. This isn't like the easiest thing to do. It's pretty tasking. You have to sit here for a while and hit and drill some more sometimes, and then hit some more. And anyway, you can get it done. It just be warned, it does take a little time. Okay, so you don't have to like clear it off of the sides perfectly, but you get the idea. Like get kind of that rim going. Obviously, this side's going to be harder to get to due to the fact that the tire's in the way from putting something in here and hammering it. Anyway, put a couple holes in the last one, and yeah, I'm gonna start beating on it next and see how good we can get it. And this thing does get significantly louder once you haul these things out. Like, it was loud and annoying before, but it gets worse. But whenever you put everything back on, I think it sounds good, and it shoots fire after this. But it won't really shoot fire with the cats in. When you get them out, then you slip like the M4 on or something, it's going to kick fire out. Or even this thing, mid-muffler, it'll still shoot a little fire. I figure I gotta throw in some of this. Whoa. It's violent, like I said. Almost there. Really close. And don't forget, Breeze, to snack thoroughly throughout. I like these little Debbies. They're pretty good. And don't forget your expensive Iceland water. Keep yourself hydrated. Don't want to get hungry and thirsty while working. And that's it. You can see straight through it now. It has some crap on the sides, but it's really not going to make that big of a difference. It's not going to be holding the exhaust back much anymore. It's just going to be going out. And for a while, we will be sending random pieces of shrapnel out of our exhaust once we put it all back together, because it'll get hot and it'll burn off the ends and the ends will blow out. But that's okay. Well, why don't you focus? There you go. All right, let's start up and listen to how terrible it sounds. Golly, it's loud. And I smell raw fuel. My ears are still ringing. All right, so now you've reached your full squid form, okay? But now we're going to backtrack. We're going to see what it sounds like once I put all the mufflers back on, if hollowing out the cats makes a difference for the stock muffler and everything, because I'm curious. So the steps that I talked about, we're repeating. The next thing is going to be the exhaust will be on. Okay, so it's all back on, of course, just slapped together. See if it sounds any different. I doubt it, because this is really the sound dampener. Yeah, that idle, I don't notice. I don't know, maybe a little bit more out the back? Maybe. It's hard to tell. I'm sure I'll compare it in the video, see if there's a difference. What I want to do now is I want to see if we can do anything to this to make it louder. And then, yeah, we'll just see what we can do to see if we can still have the full stock exhaust on, say hollow out the cats, and then maybe be able to do something to this, and then see what it sounds like. But I don't know if we can even get into this, but I'm about to find out. I happen to have two of them, so I'm gonna, I'll chop this one up if I have to see what I can do, and then maybe I can nicely chop up that one. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, this is Dez's bike, by the way, a little Z125. It's in here because she doesn't have anywhere else to put it. And that's okay, because I'll ride it for now and then. It's one of those cool ones. Look, it's got the fender on the bottom. Ooh, killer. So right off the bat, looking in this end where the valve is, which, by the way, here's the valve. You can see it. Like I said, you cut the wires and it sits at the open position. But you can see there's a wall back in there. You see it? And then there's a hole. And there's also one on this other side. There it is. So somehow or another, it goes in and out and then in. Like, I don't know. It's pretty complicated. It's not just a straight shot muffler. It's not like the M4 where it's just a straight shot through. With the M4 can have like a baffle right here on the end on this ring. This is like packed in there, so I don't know. We're gonna take this case off right here and see. Yeah, see, there's more than one. Is that a set? Oh, no, there's one hole. Yeah. There's no straight shot through this thing, but we'll see. We'll try to take this off. Okay, so taking it off, you can see there's a weld there and a weld there, and it looks like that just sets in there. So I wonder if I cut those welds, will this like pull out? So that's what we're gonna find out. All right, so as it turns out, that's just this piece, but couldn't tell that until I did this. I think I'll just cut this line on the outside. All right, so I cut all these edges kind of jankily. And it seems like it's in there. Of course, I didn't get it straight through in all the spots, but I don't know. I'm going to get a hammer and screwdriver and see if we can pop this off. All right, so as you can see through this pipe, there's the other side. So if we cut this, right, and then just pull this whole thing out, or, pull this end off, and then put like the little steel, focus, that little black cap over there, back on it, it'll be kind of jank, but it should sound all right. Better yet, I could probably get a pipe to go down in here on that. I probably have some kind of pipe I can do that and then just tack it in there, so then I'll have a pipe coming out. So basically the whole top of this will be worthless and the exhaust will actually just be coming out the bottom. But if we could figure out a way to put that cap on and then cut a hole for the new pipe that's going to come out, and then, you know, have the cap on, so then it'll look like it's stock, like it'll look like this hole sitting right here, but then there'll be another little hole and pipe coming out of that. Then it would be pretty much straight pipe. But see, before it would run in here and then down through that one and then back inside the baffle in here and then back out this. That's how I did it before. So, okay, so we're getting somewhere. So I do believe, I think it's going to look okay and probably sound okay. So we'll see. So I realize we're getting in the realm of unrealistic for everybody because, like, not everybody has like a air hammer sitting around and that and a giant compressor and a welder and blah, blah, blah. But maybe some of you do and, you know, or know enough friends that have some stuff. But yeah, I decided to use air hammer for this and sharpen the bit so I can just slice down because I can't get in there and cut it. So that's how I'm doing this. So there we go. I just gotta fiddle with it and see if I got a pipe for it. We'll throw it on and see what we got sound wise, because it's gonna sound way different now. Alright, so here it is, right? And the idea is we just block off this pipe, right? And then extend this one out and put the cover back on and like cut a hole through here and then tack the cover on so the cover doesn't go anywhere anymore. It'll look corny, but I'm just saying, it's free. Yeah, now listen. Now it makes like a... Now she makes an exhaust note. Yeah, now it's not like, it's not loud, but it makes like a normal cross rocket sound. Yeah, sounds good. It don't sound bad. I don't know if it sound like... Probably just blow it off. Actually, I can hold my foot. Not too bad. Let's see if we can make it better. Okay, so I took the air hammer to it and flattened it out real good. So I believe on this side where there's two holes, like I was saying, yeah, there's two holes. So one of them goes down to this one, and the other one goes to that one, I guess. I don't know. There was wind coming through this whenever I was running it a second ago. So somehow, even though this pipe's supposed to catch it in here and then it's supposed to go through there and then back around into here, there's two holes on this side. So there might be extra hole, a smaller pipe that runs into this that ends up coming out of this to this or something. I don't know. I just know that there was wind coming through it. So we're gonna block it off to force it to only go one way. We're literally not going for looks, we're just going for does it work. This is a mid-pipe thing from Zx6r. Anyway, it fit over that, and if I throw some crappy beads in there, I might be able to get it to stick to the sides or something just to kind of hold it in place. And that's all we're gonna do. I don't know where my welding helmet went, but I was using my dad's. He's got the glasses deals. Look at this. Can you see, Brad? Can you see with the bifocals on? How do you... Whatever. I put a couple little beads down, so it should just stay there. Alright, so we cut this out so that can go down there. We smashed that down with the hammer. Smashed that down with the hammer. So this should be the only way air is getting out. I did some really cruddy welds because I didn't bother cleaning it. It's painted black, so. But, I mean, it looks horrible, but not like horrible. So, anyway, we'll see what it sounds like now. So, it would look a little better if it actually was put on right and had the side covers and everything. I mean, it wouldn't really look that bad. But anyway, this is the final sound result. getting wind, it's still getting air through here, but the majority is coming out of that. Doesn't sound bad, honestly. It's pretty even sounding. So that's with the cats hollowed out, and then just the last muffler taken off and then closed off. Not bad. Now would I run it? Nah, that's way too much work. Literally, if you unbolt it here, that's going to be your better sound. So although that's pretty freaking loud now with the honeycombs gone. With the honeycombs in there and that like that, that sounds like the normal exhaust like you'd want it to sound, but like that it's just really rings your ears. It gives your ears a good ring. But anyway, I'm gonna throw this M4 back on and pull all this off, but that was fun just to try. Not too bad. Not too bad. Anyway, Brez, that was it, Brez. If you didn't learn anything, great. If you did, great. Yeah, I guess that's it. It's pretty cool, I thought. I don't know. Anyway, now I'm going to put this on and then shoot fireballs. And it's going to be like, ooh, wow, end of the video. I'm digging this sound.